Hello. We're going to finish the unit up by doing 5.5, solving problems by using acute triangle models. Today's date, Monday, June 15th. So this is the last week of new material. It's also the last week of submitting and uploading your work. Make sure anything that you want to submit is being submitted by the end of this week. Note number 1. To solve problems involving acute triangles, you should always draw a diagram. Okay. So if we are given a 90-degree triangle, diagram could look like this. So these are never to scale, right? So I need the 90-degree symbol, right? I need the 90-degree symbol. That's extremely important. And then if I were to give you an angle and a side, and you didn't know a second side, right? So given one angle and one side, find second side using sohcahtoa. Okay? You could also find, given two sides, find third side using Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So you know that there are 3 versions for the Pythagorean theorem, and you can look those ones up in your notes, okay? You can also, if you are given 2 sides, find an angle using sohcahtoa. Okay? So in general, when you have sohcahtoa, let's pick this one, okay? If I know any 2 values, okay, I can find the third remaining one. So if I know the O opposite and the H hypotenuse, then I can find the third missing value, and the third missing value, if it represents the first letter, is always the angle. Okay, so angles are always coming from the first letter. Okay, whereas the sides are always the last 2, right? So letter 2 and 3, letter 2 and 3, and letter 2 and 3. They're always the sides, okay? So angles are always coming from the first letter in the trig ratios. If there is no 90-degree triangle, but you know the side and the opposite angle, these are acute triangles, so you can draw them always acute. So no 90 degree. Even if you look at that and say it could be 90, there is no 90-degree symbol, but you know the side and opposite angle. So I could know the side and I could know the opposite angle. As soon as that happens, okay, then I can find the remaining side given another angle. So given one side and opposite angle, plus a second side, find the opposite angle, using sine law. Okay, so if I want to find the opposite angle, okay, I need to put the angles on the top of my sine law. Okay, now that's version, we were calling that version 2. Okay, or if given an angle and opposite side and the second angle, maybe we should say and a second angle, okay, find the opposite side using sine law. So we have A over sine of angle A, B over sine of angle B, and C over sine of angle C, okay? And we called that version 1. But you'll have all your notes available, right, as you're doing this review. It's really, without having named it this, it is comprehensive enough to call this a bit of a review, okay? Okay, so C, no 90-degree triangle, but you know 2 sides and the contained angle. Okay, so what does that look like? So in that sense, there's no 90-degree triangle, but you know 2 sides and the contained angle. So between that, so let's say we know this side, this angle, and this side, right? So we are talking about a side, angle, side, okay? So it's an SAS situation. S for side, A for angle, and S for side, okay? I could find the opposite side, opposite to the given angle. So given side, angle, side, find side that is opposite the given angle, use cos law. Okay, we called that version 1. So we said a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times the cos of angle A, right? So that's version number 1, okay? Now, if in D there's no 90 degree, so there's no 90 degree, but you know 3 sides, so you know side, 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 you could find the unknown angle, okay? So given side, 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 find opposite angle using cos law, and it's going to be version 2. Okay, So we're going to have the cos of angle A is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared, all divided by 2 times b times c. Notice the angle that you're finding is across from the side that's being subtracted, okay? And notice that the b at the top in the numerator is also the b at the bottom, and so is the c at the top is the c at the bottom, okay? So this top values, these top values are squared. They're not, these are the not at the bottom, but you can see that there's a repeated use of them, okay? So if you're not repeatedly using them, you know that you have your formula mixed up. All right. In a triangular park, triangle PRK, angle PRK is equal to 47 degrees, PR is 13 meters, RK is 22 meters. Use the guess method to determine the area of the triangular park to the nearest meter. Okay, so guess okay, so given. What's been given? Well, we've been given triangle PRK. We've been given that the angle PRK is 47 degrees. We've been given that PR is 13 meters. We've been given that RK is 22 meters. What else? That's it. So use the guess method to determine the area of the triangular park. Okay, so you determine, that's the verb. So you is the unknown. Okay, so find the area of the triangular park. So find the area of the triangular park PRK. All right, E, equation. Okay, so since you want to find the area of triangle PRK, therefore you're going to use the area of a triangle, okay, is equal to base times height over 2. S, the solution. Okay, so what is the solution? Well, we've got to take what's been given, the unknown, and the equation, and put it into our solution space. Alrighty, so we've got PRK. This is not drawn to scale, okay? I'm using a protractor because it's got a straight edge, right? Straight edge. But it has nothing to do with angles, right? I'm not using this to measure angles. Okay, so if I have PRK, each of these letters denote an angle. So P, R, K. It's just like that, okay? So, and you always go counterclockwise, or you should. All right, angle PRK, okay? So I have angle PRK is 47 degrees. I have, PR is 13 meters. And I have RK is 22 meters. Okay. The middle letter is always the corner of the actual angle. So from PRK, this angle right here is 47 degrees. Okay? It doesn't have to look like 47. None of these are to scale. PR, from P to R is 13. So from P to R is 13 meters. Okay? From RK, from R to K is 22. Okay, so I want to find the area. Now, the area is only useful, or the formula is only useful, if the base and height meet at 90. Must meet at 90 degrees. Okay, right now, there is no 90-degree triangle. Okay, so since there's no 90-degree angle, therefore, draw an interior height, that meets the base at 90 degrees. Now, when I say meets the base, what is it? It has to be a length I know. Okay, so I could draw this as my interior height, okay, or I could draw this as my interior height. All right, so let's draw this one as my interior height. Okay, so that's my interior height. So because of that, the angle of 47 is across from this side opposite. So the height is actually the opposite. Okay, across from my 90 is the 22 meters. So that's the height. Okay, and then it meets this height, so that means that this must be the base, because the base and the height must meet at 90. Now, how can I solve for the height? Well, the height is going to be found using so. The reason we know that is because our triangle, and if it doesn't, then it's likely that we have to draw it again. The sine of the angle is 47. The O, what is opposite the degree of 47? Well, it's the height. So it's the height. What's the hypotenuse? It's 22 meters. So therefore, the sine of 47 meters is equal to height over 22. The opposite of dividing by 22 is multiplying by 22. So I do 22 times whatever the sine of 47 is. I have to type in 47 first. 0.73135 blah 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 equals, this height has a 22 on the bottom, but it gets canceled out with this 22 that's being multiplied to it. Okay, so all I have is height, and then I multiply this value times 22. 16.08978 blah 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 is equal to the height. Okay, and then next, use area equals base times height over 2, and I sub in the height of my 16.08978 and my base, which was 13. 16.08978 times my base, which was 13, all divided by 2. Don't need to clear that off my screen. Times 13 equals 209.16715, all divided by 2. 104.5 8 blah blah blah. It's to the nearest meter, right? To the nearest meter. Underline the 4. The 5 is 5 or more, so it bumps up the 4 to a 5. Okay, so the last S in guess. The last S in guess is the sentence. Sentence. Therefore, the park has an area of 105 square meters. And then you're done. I'll come back. We'll do page 2.